But with the Eagle Soccer Club, when we saw the cup, they said, hello, this is a magnificent trophy. And I'll tell you, the atmosphere was unbelievable.
Every time we talk, the games get better, the players' standard goes up. And even then, I thought, this is great. You know, we've just won the Australian Cup.
When you're a kid, you think, oh, nothing's going to happen to me, nothing special or anything like that. The times when I came out here, things did happen.
But we're lucky we have a great history of soccer in this country, and Slavia, like a lot of those old clubs, which unfortunately are no longer with us, played such a huge part.
Well, club competition, you've got to build a tradition, haven't you? To us, it was the first thing called the Australia Cup.
But you still wanted to prove that you were the best team in Australia. So the Australia Cup gave you that opportunity to play the best teams from the other states.
Good win! Oh, my goodness!
There's certainly some prestige involved with being an Australian champion, and teams who would have done it are all very happy to tell you about it.
Goal, shoots, and it's a goal. And there goes the final whistle. It's all over. And it's really been a wonderful spectacle here this evening.
Hello and welcome to the State Centre for Football for tonight's Australia Cup qualifying final between Vipers FC and Modbury Jets. We're on the verge of history tonight as one of these sides attempts to become the first South Australian side from outside of the NPL to compete in what is now known as the Australia Cup. Also on the line is a place in the Federation Cup final. Vipers looking to win that competition for the first time in their history. Jets looking to win it for the second time and their first since 1989. I'm your match commentator, Lucas Ronaldo, and I'm joined tonight by Football SA Life member Mark Talbot. And Mark, last night it was David versus Goliath, Adelaide City versus Eastern United. Tonight, it's a bit of David versus David.
Yeah, it is a little bit more on an even keel, I think, tonight, so I'm expecting a closer game than last night.
Yes, saw a thrashing last night, 5-0 for Adelaide City. That's who one of these two sides will play. Modbury Jets, of course, top of State League 1 at the moment. Vipers second in State League 2. We'll take a quick look at the lineups now for these two sides. Up first is Vipers, the underdogs. In goal, they have Jose Latiga. So back four of John Papa Petros, Dejan Markov, Jonathan Moore and Mugford. Centrone, Garcia and Balumba will play in midfield with Cantaloro, the hero of their quarterfinal and round of 16 triumphs, up front alongside Alexei Georgakopoulos and Mark Tolba. Their coach, Majid Ibrahim. For Modbury Jets, led by Morris Natali. Here's how they set up. They'll set up in a 4-4-2 diamond. It's Luke Luongo starting in goal. Daniel DeTroyer at right back with Mullen, Doyle and O'Doherty. Darsom Shaxi in midfield with Jesse Francesca, the skipper, Liam McCabe and Conant. Up front, it's Cooper Wegner and Hamish McCabe. Of course, the Sergio Melter winner last year with Blue Eagles. He's definitely the man to watch for Modbury, isn't he?
Yeah, he definitely is, and he's in some great form for Modbury this year, so he's definitely a player to watch.
Yep, Hamish McCabe, you mentioned great form. He's got 13 goals in 15 games this season. Bit of a surprise for some people that Modbury were the team to pick him up. They're the ones who got the prize recruits of not just him, but his brother Liam as well. It is a pretty lethal combination, those two.
Yeah, it is, and it's really helped Modbury in their push for promotion this year.
Modbury have been something of a yo-yo club at times, up and down between NPL and State League 1. They're looking good to go up. Just reminding you of the run so far. Started in the round of 64 against Seaford, won that 6-0. Then local derby against Tea Tree Gully, 5-2. Hamish McCabe scored 4 in that one. Then in the round of 16, it was South Adelaide, 4-3 win. In the quarterfinals, a 2-0 win over West Adelaide for Vipers. They've had a bit of a trickier run. Shocked Raiders in the round of 64 for 2-1. Then in the round of 32, Cumberland. Then Pirates in the round of 16, Euro Club, of course, Mark, and then Playford in the quarterfinals. Now, it's probably one of the biggest tests they'll face, and an opportunity to do the biggest thing that this club has ever done. You hear the drums. Vipers were at their State League 2 final last year. They bring in atmosphere, don't they?
Yeah, they definitely do. I remember calling that game with you last year, and they were non-stop throughout the game, even though they went down, unfortunately, on the night. But they brought an atmosphere, and they really enjoyed themselves.
They got the drums out, and now they're hoping to dance their way into the national stage. It would be such an achievement for either of these two teams. For Vipers especially, though, they've never gotten to this stage of the Cup. Of course, they joined the Federation in 2016 after being an amateur team. Since then, the furthest they've gone is the round of 16. That was in 2019, lost to Elizabeth Downs. This is just the second time they've been to the round of 32 of the Federation Cup. Now, they've got a chance to go to the round of 32 of the Australia Cup. Our officials tonight, the referee, Isabella Blaise. Our assistant referees, Eric Ford-Sestilli and Thomas Temby. Daniel Goodwin is our fourth referee, our fourth official, I should say. Modbury, I don't think they would have expected to be in a situation going into this, after this cup run, where they're the favourites in a Federation Cup semi-final.
Well, you wouldn't have thought so. I mean, being on the top of State League 1, but they wouldn't have thought they'd be up against the State League 2 at this stage of the Cup. So I think it's great for both clubs. Yeah, and Modbury have got a real opportunity.
Morris Natali described it last week as a bit of a Stephen Bradbury moment. Stephen Bradbury, of course, the famous man at the Winter Olympics who won gold after everyone else fall over. It is a bit of that, because we saw East United shock Campbelltown, but neither of these two sides have had any massive scalps. Maybe Vipers beating Cumberland and Raiders are shocks, but neither of these two teams have really beaten any of the big dogs.
No, they've had a good run. Vipers' run's certainly been harder, especially coming up against Cumberland and Croatia. But Modbury, out of the two, have probably had the more kinder run into this game. So Vipers have certainly earned their position here tonight.
Vipers have done so much in so little time since joining the Federation. Now looking to cause the biggest shock of them all and represent South Australia on the national stage. We started with the round of 64 and now we're getting underway. 3 teams left in this competition. There will only be 2 after tonight, and straight away Modbury on the counter. They're going forward. It's McCabe. Can he score? It's in seconds. 7 seconds in. Unbelievable. It's Wegner, in fact. Cooper Wegner, just 7 seconds into this contest, has given Modbury Jets the lead.
That's the start that you want after 7 seconds. But they've just walked straight through the middle of the park, straight from kickoff. McCabe on the ball, just a couple of 1-2 touches and away they've gone.
It was in fact Wegner, the number 17, who struck. We'll see this again. Hamish McCabe teeing him off, and Wegner with a delightful chip. You definitely could not have asked for a better start.
No, Vipers couldn't have asked for a worse start, but what a way to start this second semi-final tonight.
And, well, we wanted to go to him early, but something happened even earlier. On the boundary tonight, we've got our boundary rider, Johnny Keko. And Johnny, what's the mood like down there?
All right, boys, I'm down here on the sideline. It's actually a very good atmosphere. The Vipers fans are going absolutely crazy ahead of the game, and even though they're down 1-0 right now, they're still continuing, and hopefully it doesn't put a damper on their night. Still 90 minutes of football to come, but so far the atmosphere on the Vipers FC side has been absolutely amazing, despite the bench quiet at the moment, but hopefully we'll see a bit of action from them a little bit later on, boys. But absolutely loving it down here. Beautiful night for football and great weather down here as well. So I can't wait to listen to the rest of the call of you boys and watch the next 90 minutes of football.
Thanks for that, Johnny. We'll make sure to go back down to you later on. Wow, what a fast start, and for Vipers being the underdogs, really chucks a spanner in the works of any sort of tactical work they would have wanted as well.
Yeah, it certainly does put that, all the tactical work they've worked on this week has really just gone out the window. So it's a fresh start now. They've got to really concentrate and get themselves back into the game. We saw an early goal last night, but that was, when I say early, it was 13 minutes, so it doesn't even compare.
Let's see if Vipers cope better than East United did. Here's Detroyer on the ball. Cuts inside. Vipers win it back fairly. Connor putting the pressure on, advantage played, and eventually the referee will blow the whistle for a free kick.
Yeah, good refereeing there. She's allowed the play to continue, even though she was going to pull the first one up. And he had a bit of an advantage, so she's let it go and pulled the second one. It was good refereeing.
Papa Petros, skipper, getting on it there. Vipers have had a lot of change in their side over the last couple of years, but there is a pretty strong core, Papa Petros being one of them. George Coppolis has been there for a few years. Jonathan Moore as well. Be a throw in here for Modbury on that far side. And for Vipers, is it just a matter of bringing down the tempo of the game after you concede early? We saw last night Eastern United really fold after that first goal conceded.
Yeah, they did. And Vipers now, they just need to get into a rhythm. And now they are 1-0 down. They try and get their game plan back in place and put Modbury under pressure. But they'll just take their time. They're only 3 minutes in. There's plenty of time left to get their goal back. So they don't need to panic. Modbury can now just keep the ball and play and keep their game plan moving along.
Here's Cameron O'Doherty, youngest of the O'Doherty brothers. Of course, Jordan's had some time in the A-League with Adelaide United as well as Western Sydney and Newcastle. I think his brother Jamie's also been in the E-League as well. Now, Detroit, of course, the younger brother of Louis Detroit, who's had so much success with Campbelltown City. As Modbury look to compose themselves on this game. Doherty just can't keep that one in play. Vipers as a club have sort of found themselves in a lot of positions where they've been almost beautiful in disappointment. We saw last year losing that chance to go up against Adelaide Uni. As well, 2019 they went up and then went straight back down, but they lost the final against Adelaide Hills. The ball comes in there, but well defended. They'll hope that in terms of these sort of cutthroat games, this is a chance, as Detroit has beaten there. Ball across, and here's a chance, and Vipers are level. What a start to this game. It's Candeloro, the hero, from the round of 16 and the quarterfinals, and now he's struck in the semis.
That's just a great finish there. It's all started from the hard work of the winger there. He's worked the ball back, as you see there. He's worked hard to win the ball back, Detroit, and he's put a beautiful ball in. And Candeloro just able to get in front of his marker there and toe poke home the finish. But great work there from Vipers. And as I said, they've just got to relax and build themselves back into the game, and they've done it quicker than I thought they would.
Lucas Candeloro, who scored 5 goals in 13 games this season, scored the winner from the spot in the quarterfinals, and a 93rd minute winner against Pirates in the round of 16. Now he scored a decisive goal, and just 5.5 minutes into this contest, 2 goals already. What a fast start.
Yeah, it's a fantastic start for the game. We saw 2 goals in the first 20 minutes last night, but for the same team. So this has certainly brought Vipers back up, and as you probably heard, how loud their supporters were when that goal went in.
Yes, it's quite an effort for a team from State League 2 to have this much support. Modbury as well, a pretty well-backed team, and they've got a fair few fans in here and a fair few of their juniors, but it's Vipers making the most noise. Of course, Vipers, Marcello Karuska, the technical director out there, they are doing a fantastic job. Regular success in State League 2. They're on the verge, just 3 points behind Cobras in State League 2. They'll hope to go up, of course, this season. Here's McCabe. Plays it off his brother. McCabe! Hamish McCabe! And it's in! And another goal! What an unbelievable first 7 minutes! And Modbury have their lead back. The Jets are flying.
They certainly are. McCabe there dropping deep, and that's where Vipers have to be really careful. He'll sit in between the lines, he'll pick up the ball and he'll turn. And when he's running at you, watch out. And he's just proven that. That's the second time tonight he's proven that you can't allow him to run at you. Great little ball, great touch, and a delicate little finish there into the far post.
Well, you won't get many better telepathic combinations across all three divisions than the McCabe twins.
Now look at that, just a great little touch, little layoff, and he just managed to put it in behind the defender there, and the keeper, unfortunately, has got no chance.
It's a brilliant finish, showing why he won the Sergio Melter medal last year, and they're away again here. Hamish McCabe is in behind. Can he make it 2 and 3 for Modbury? Into the side netting. I think parts of the ground thought it might have gone in.
As you see on the replay here, he's just pushed, he's gone for the near post, try and catch the keeper out. Keep out the post well covered there. But what a lightning start this game's given us.
Haven't even had a chance to catch our breaths here. It's been end-to-end, and end-to-end in the goals department as well. 3 goals in just 8 minutes. Might need the statisticians out if we've ever seen a semi-final with so many goals so quickly. Strong tackle by Darsim Shaxi. Advantage played. I think Vipers didn't want any advantage, and they won't in the end.
No, pulled it back.
Here's Mugford over the top, and Alexei Georgakopoulos was hoping to get it on the end. His history in these sort of finals, of course, only a semi-final at this stage, but it being a qualifying final. It's been a bit mixed in 2019 against Adelaide Hills, got sent off. And last year in the State League 2 Grand Final, missed a penalty in that shootout as Adelaide University got promoted. But he has been on fire this season, 8 goals in 13. He'll be the man to watch as that ball rifles and tests the foundations of this new grandstand at the State Centre for Football.
Yeah, he was certainly making sure that went.
And it's just about standing room only, actually, in the stand in front of us. Great to see such a big crowd in support for both these two sides. And hopefully we'll see just as big a crowd, and potentially even bigger if and when one of these sides takes on the rest of Australia. Long way to go, as that's a strong tackle. And no booking. But Balumba didn't hold back there, did he?
No, certainly didn't. He's gotten away with one quite early, as they used to say. You hit him hard early, the ref won't book you on the first one. So he certainly gave him something there.
Abdul Balumba, who's a former Modbury Jets player, was there last season, played 5 senior games. The majority of the time was spent in the reserves. Dropped down a division this year and seeing a lot more game time, having a good year. Scored 2 goals in 15, just getting in an early one on his former teammate. Here's Detroit. Moves it down the line. And what would you be thinking if you're either of these two coaches? Morris Natali, I'm sure he would have wanted a bit less of a stressful start, but his side are in the lead.
Yeah, he'll be happy they're in the lead, but I don't think he'll be happy with the way they defended the goal. And Vipers will be the same. They'll be...
Detroit across, and here's a chance. Oh, and just over the top. I think it came off a Vipers player last. It will be a Modbury corner.
Yeah, as we look on the replay here, the defenders actually come across really well. I thought the Modbury player there just got in front, and I think it's Johnny Moore's just done enough to put him off.
Johnny Moore. It wasn't. Wegner didn't seem to get a touch on it at all, and that really could have gone anywhere. Lovely ball across from Detroit. And here's a corner, but there was a foul somewhere in there. I think maybe it might have been offside. I think they tried to flick it back. Yep. There was no man on the post. And wasted corner routine. Morris Natali down on this touchline isn't too happy.
No, as we'll say, I don't think either coach would be happy the way they've defended to start with, conceding so many goals so early. But with Modbury, I think they've got the experienced heads there of Mullen and Doyle. I think they will start to settle the ship a little bit and make it life a bit harder for Vipers.
Yes, it's is definitely an experienced centre-back partnership, Matt Mullen and Doyle. Here's Georgakopoulos looking to make a nuisance of himself. He's kept it. They swing one in here. It's Candeloro who's threatening at the back post. Mullen got up high. Papa Petros. It's good work in the middle. O'Doherty. Chance here, lovely little ball over the top. Vipers swing it in. It'll be a throw in for Vipers, and it's very good viewing for the neutral, isn't it?
It is, and it's Vipers are really just on top at the moment and really pushing Modbury back. That's what you want from the game. It's nice and tight, but it's also exciting.
Mugford looking to get forward here. It's a very fluid formation for Modbury. Love to get their wing backs forward. McCabe starts up front, but Wegner and the other brother, Liam McCabe, also pushes on quite a bit.
Yeah, they're very similar in the way Adelaide City played last night with their floating front three. So they do the same. They allow for that third man run.
Wegner looking to close down Latiga here. Garcia, very experienced custodian, as good pressure from Georgakopoulos. But Doyle managing to use his experience. Garcia rises higher than Lee McCabe. Balumba, case for handball. Referee waves play on. Now Papa Petros. Francesca, the captain for Modbury. That's a strong tackle, but another fair one by Garcia. And we have seen early on a few fair tackles going in. We mentioned maybe the defensive positioning hasn't been up to scratch, but in midfield, a lot of nice physical play.
Yeah, the challenges are going in hard but fair, and Blaise is happy to let the game go where she can, and just pulling up the real obvious ones like that there. But she's letting the game go, which is great, so it allows for a bit more free-flowing football.
To be Doyle on this one. Doyle, who's also contributed with goals this season, 2 in 14 from the back. Now, Matt Mullen, of course, very experienced, has been at Para Hills, Raiders, Campbelltown, Adelaide City, of course, a bit of time with Adelaide United as well. Played 6 games for the Australian under-20s back in the day, now 33. Here's O'Doherty. Doyle plays it long, looking for Liam McCabe. That's lovely football. Now Hamish McCabe. He'll look for Daniel DeTroyer. Cuts it back. Here's a chance. And well defended by Vipers. And now they can counter. It's Balumba. And referee will pull it back. And the intensity of this game is really exciting to watch, isn't it?
It is fantastic, really high intensity, but it also comes back to the referee allowing things to play and see how it goes. So she's allowing the game to flow, which means the players are willing to do a little bit more and really go for it. And the intensity is fascinating to watch, and how quick they're both willing to play.
See Hamish McCabe dropping in there. You can really see the level of quality that he brings to this side. Both with his goals, but also his ability to bring other players into play. Here's Liam McCabe. What a ball that is. And it's a chance for Modbury. And Harry Condon it was with the opportunity, but Markov with a brilliant piece of defending.
Yeah, just looking at the replay here. He's just got back in time, and great desperation there. I think the Modbury player just probably took a little bit longer than he needed to.
It's the second time in the space of couple of minutes where Modbury players found a bit of space in behind that left-back spot. Garcia doesn't hold back. Hamish McCabe. It's like a game of basketball at the moment. This is good. No team has really took a second to ponder and try and keep possession.
No, it's just been 100 mile an hour. It's quick transitions. It's win the ball and go. Both sides are playing the same way, which leads to an exciting game.
Here's Jesse Francesca.
Just looking at the Vipers league form, and they've scored 30 goals this year so far in the league, which is fascinating because they did lose their top goal scorer from last year.
Yep.
So they've obviously replaced him or managed to find goals from elsewhere, which is a good thing for the club because I was worried that they wouldn't be able to perform as well without him.
Yep, they have sort of tended to have a lot of goals from across the pitch. We mentioned Georgakopoulos with 8, Candeloro with 5 in the league. Kamagisha, who isn't playing tonight, has contributed with 4. Here's McCabe. Liam McCabe looking to hit one from distance but didn't quite catch it. Kamagisha, mentioned he's not playing today but did score an absolute beauty in that State League 2 grand final last season. Here's Balumba. Went away. Conant. Harry Conant trying to find the angle and just sends another warning shot past the goal of Jose Latiga.
Yeah, Modbury certainly aren't afraid to shoot from anywhere. They get half a chance. They're certainly taking their chances and having a shot.
Garcia gives it away this time. Now it's Francesca, the opposite number 10. Here's Hamish McCabe. Can he find the cross in? And it stayed in play. It was Markov once again with a good piece of defending to block it.
Now we're seeing Modbury just on top again. So Vipers had their few minutes. Now it's Modbury's turn to see what they can do. This is how the game's played so far for the first 20 minutes. It's been back and forth.
Modbury maybe just beginning to assert their dominance a little bit more. Here's O'Doherty, but it did go out of play. Modbury Jets, last time they were in the Federation Cup final was 2004. They lost that 5-2 to Metro Stars. Team featuring Christian Reese. A lot of talent that have done a lot of things since then as well. And the other time they got to the Cup final was 1989 when they beat their local rivals, Para Hills Knights, 2-0. Likes of Dwayne Gray and Mal Richardson. This team looking to put another chapter to a very rich history. And it definitely would be the biggest achievement for this club. Would be pretty surreal to see a packed Smith Partner Stadium potentially in the Australia Cup.
It will be because they'll certainly fill it. We've got a good supporter base and a lot of people from the north will head there. I remember back in the day when I was younger, Friday night football at what is now Smith Partners, going up there to watch Modbury Jets play.
And they have it in their song, don't they, that they hate Adelaide City. And I'm sure they'd love to put one over them in a cup final. Is a throw-in for Modbury on that far side.
Game's starting to slow a little bit now. They're both starting to try and put their foot on the ball and play football, which is probably the game plan. But it's starting to slow a little bit. And Modbury are now just showing their experience in keeping the ball a little bit better now.
Yeah, well, it was never...
Just as I say that.
Curse of the commentator. It was never going to stay at that pace, but it's still been definitely end-to-end. The Vipers, unfortunately for them, just spending a lot of time at their own end at the minute. They're in possession now, though. Candeloro back to Garcia, who was left one late in there, and he's going to go in the book. Bit naughty that. He's gone into a few tackles quite high, and this one on Darsim Shaxi has resulted in a yellow card.
Yeah, you can just see he's hung his boot there. Just clipped Shaxi, and then as you can see on the replay here, it's just a little bit high. and a little bit late.
Yeah, it's not a good one.
It was always going to draw the attention of the ref, that one, and first card for the night.
Diego Garcia joined mid-season last year from Northern Demons. That is very high, and he does have his studs raised a little bit there. If we had VAR, that one would be
under review.
Under review for sure. But he has just received the booking.
He's going to have to be careful now, especially in that role and the way he plays. He's going to have to walk a bit of a tightrope for the rest of the game now.
It has been a very physical midfield battle, as we mentioned. Here's Darsim Shaxi, Francesca, Cameron O'Doherty, back to Francesca by Daya Cabinet Maker. And he's making Modbury tick from the midfield here. Here's Hamish McCabe looking for Wegner.
Yeah, this is more the Modbury game plan, is to get the ball into the McCabe feet and try and make something happen, and triangles around the top of the box. But as you see there, once Vipers get it, they will look to play out from the back. Modbury haven't had the opportunity to do so yet. They've certainly put Vipers under more pressure.
Cooper Wegner scored the opener, of course. He's capable of the fantastic, as Francesca looks to release him again there. Won the goal of the week earlier in the season for an acrobatic attempt against Raiders. Formerly spent some time in the Adelaide United youth team. 6 in 14 this season. Here's Lee McCabe. And it'll be another corner for Modbury.
Yeah, that's the way it's going to continue. They'll keep looking for the McCabe boys in those areas and allowing them to run at the defence. And Vipers need to, they've got away with it this time, but they're going to have to stay on their toes to keep them at bay.
Modbury mentioned that rivalry with Para Hills. They played them on the weekend, lost 2-1. Hamish McCabe with their lone goal. To lift in the corner here. And almost over the line, and it'll drop to Francesca, who thought about hitting it. In the end, in two minds, I think. And it was an awkward one for Jose Latiga.
Yeah, it definitely was. Having to punch it there off the goal line. I think he was expecting it to go a little bit further than what it did, and it seemed to drop on him.
Here's Candelato, and just comes off the back of his shoulder.
But, the game on the weekend with Para Hills and Modbury, great rivalry there, and it was for a great cause as well, the Sammy D Foundation. So everyone jumped on board. I know my juniors were in on that as well.
It's Modbury looking to control the game. Might cross back down now to our boundary rider, Johnny Kecko. And Johnny, are you able to hear yourself think over the drums down there?
Barely, boys. My ears are a little bit deafening at the moment, because the Vipers fans haven't stopped, despite being down 2-1 at the moment. They have not stopped getting behind the boys, and they've even got drums. It's very loud. It's awesome atmosphere down here, and I can't wait. If they score another goal, Vipers, I don't think I'm going to be able to hear tomorrow, so I'm looking forward to that. It's very good, exciting first 25 minutes here.
Thanks for that, Johnny. Modbury once again in their final third, but couldn't find the key pass. Palumba's in a bit of space down this left-hand side if they can find him, but it was well cut out by Darsim Shaxi. Francesca to McCabe. Now O'Doherty. And it'll be a throw in favour of Vipers. Shows how far Vipers have come, that they've got into this position. Founded in 2006, joined Football South Australia in 2016. Since then, as we mentioned, that's a dangerous one for the goalkeeper. Latiga almost halted there by McCabe. But yeah, since then, only passed the round of 32 once before this season. That was before it lost to Elizabeth Downs in 2019. quite a few of those times they didn't get past the prelims. But this side have continued to cause shocks this season as a free kick for Modbury. Doyle. O'Doherty. Nice turn from O'Doherty, but Papa Petros is equal to it. Papa Petros spent some time at Croydon. He's very much a Vipers man. Alexi Georgakopoulos. Balumba, now Mugford. We'll look for the switch, the hopeful one. It's a very aerially gifted team, aren't they, Modbury, as they come forward again here. McCabe looking to tee up Liam McCabe, and he goes down, and the referee says that the keeper got a touch on that, and it will be a corner. Anything in that, did you think?
No, I think it was good keeping. He's come out well. Good little ball through. But I think he's got the ball there. It's seeing that replay there. It's
the only thing you might say is that Liam McCabe maybe is looking for that one.
He's definitely looking for it, but
just trying to get that touch in. I don't think the keeper did get a touch. Here's a chance, and Modbury are in front. It's 3-1, and off the corner, Vipers were still asleep, and Modbury Jets have doubled their advantage.
Looks like Doyle there.
Doyle, we just mentioned how strong he was in the air defensively, and off the corner, rising highest.
Yeah, unmarked in the box as well. You can't leave Doyle that much space in the box. He's just made that way too easy for him. And nice, good traditional header there. He's headed it down. Keeper's got no chance, really.
It's essentially a free header for Michael Doyle. And it's a long way back now for Vipers. And we've had a fourth goal in this topsy-turvy first half. Inside half an hour. And Vipers are going to need to bring the pace of that game right back up and show why they're the free scorers in State League 2.
Yeah, Modbury have just applied that pressure. They've really, the last probably 10-15 minutes, they've been on top. They've deserved that goal just based on the play of the last 10-15 minutes. Vipers just have really struggled to keep the ball. So it's just Modbury working extremely hard to win it back when they do lose it.
Yes, you'd be very disappointed if you're Majid Ibrahim in the defending from that set piece. No one around him.
Yeah, good ball in, but 6 yards out. Doyle's not going to miss them too many times.
And Modbury really close here to giving themselves the perfect chance to go on and go to another Federation Cup final. The best team in State League 1 with a chance to go up and face the best team in the NPL this season. McCabe, twins combine again. Wegner. McCabe. Here's Hamish McCabe. Lovely little backhill to find Wegner. Hamish McCabe couldn't find a target that time. And here come Vipers. And they fashion a chance here. Mugford. Tolba. Hasn't seen too much of it so far. It's good defending from Detroit. Leaves one on Garcia. Now Balumba. Vipers down this left-hand side here, but it's just a crowd of yellow shirts that crowds them out. And you really saw that back heel from Hamish McCabe just a moment ago. Really see the difference in class at times with him, don't you? A man that, sure, if he wanted to, could easily be playing the NPL at the moment. Won the Sergio Melto Award last year. said he chose to come to Modbury, a bit closer to home for him. And you can really see just how good he is.
Yeah, you can. And that's the thing. You look at it and go, okay, he's NPL quality. His brother's played NPL. He's NPL quality. You got Mullen at the back. Doyle. They've all played NPL. So we'll just stop there for a minute and see where he goes here.
Hamish McCabe, little dazzling run from him. But Papa Petros getting a touch in.
So the Modbury side can all, with the side they've got now, have all got NPL experience at different clubs at Modbury. So with them looking to go up, they can make that transition relatively easy. But the McCabe boys are really, especially Hamish, you can see the class and you can understand why he wins such awards.
He's over the set piece again here. Doyle will once again be the target. And that one didn't go to plan, but they've still got it. It's Wegner. We have a shot at goal. Fizzles through, almost dropped. Modbury still pressing high here. Vipers not out of the woods just yet. Liam McCabe. Here's Mullen. Jesse Francesca. And not his best work, that one.
No, I thought Mullen might have a hit, but he's laid off, and Francesca's really looked like he got caught in two minds.
But he's done well there. Here's Hamish McCabe. Oh, that's brilliant defending. Great block at the back there. It was Jonathan Moore. Here's a chance from distance. Oh, what a save! Latiga with an unbelievable stop to prevent Modbury making it 4.
No, the ref's given it as a goal kick, saying it's hit the bar.
Well, I'm not sure. It definitely was a save. Oh, no, maybe not.
No.
Maybe, pardon me.
No, just clipped the top of the bar. What an effort that was.
Well, that's why she's one of the best referees in the competition, because from here it looked like it was a perfect save. But just clipping the top of the bar was some hit from distance.
It was a great effort, and certainly had the keeper worried. Sometimes they look better than the goals.
Yeah.
But Modbury certainly just stamping their authority on the game now. Vipers really need to settle in, try and get the ball back and keep the ball. They're having trouble keeping it at the moment just from the pressure Modbury are applying.
Modbury not letting up here. And that man doing all sorts of damage to that Vipers back line.
Wonder if they thought, well, Adelaide City scored 5, we'll try and outscore them.
Well, we've still got plenty of time, and they've already got 3 in 34 minutes here. But Vipers have shown their courage and bravery throughout this competition. An ability to beat teams above them in the football pyramid here in SA. Here's Francesca. Shaxi. Francesca. Now Matt Mullen. Of course, the Mullins are normally a bit closer linked to Para Hills, but he's wound up at Modbury and had a brilliant season so far this year.
Yeah, had a great. Obviously, the all of them were there at Campbelltown as well during their dominance, and then he moved on to Raiders.
And there's going to be a yellow card here, I think. Or maybe not. Just a free kick against Tolbert. Francesco, who got caught. Strong tackle. Maybe did he get a touch of the ball? No, definite free kick.
Yeah, definite free kick. Francesco's a bit slow on the ball there. I don't think he realised he was that Tolbert was that close to him, and got caught. But he seems to be, he's moving a little bit gingerly, but he'll be. I dare say he'll be all right to continue.
Mullen now moved it across to Detroit. Thought about whipping one in, instead moves it back to Francesca. Now Detroit whipping one in. The opposite fullback O'Doherty was coming through, and in the end came through the Vipers defender, and it'll be a free kick.
Yeah, he was never going to win that. It was always going to be a free kick as soon as he hit Papa Petros there. Long
from the Vipers this time, just mixing it up. And oh, that's a Strong tackle by Markov, but got enough of the ball. Francesca just pokes it out. Now Garcia. Papa Petros. Candeloro. Now Balamba. Candeloro. She passing. Garcia is on a booking. Advantage played, and that's very risky to be going in like that when you're on a card.
It was. He was lucky he didn't get the touch, because it could have been booked quite easily there. But he needs to be careful. That's his.
And there's going to be a card here.
No, just the magic, just the spray for the free kick.
Just the spray. Looked like she was going to a pocket. You see the Modbury players remonstrating with the referee. They thought maybe it should have been a yellow card.
Yeah, Garcia just needs to be a little bit more mindful here with his tackling. But the Modbury players, they're not quite happy with this challenge here. I think he's missed him, but very close.
He is on his way down, but the referee did give an advantage. Yeah, I don't think he has made contact, so it is fortunate she hasn't given him a second bookable offence.
No, and that's what the Modbury players were complaining about.
Free kick here for Vipers, and just goes into the waiting arms of Luke Luongo. Luke Luongo was playing under 18s just a couple of years ago, only made his senior debut last season. Played every game for them this year.
Yeah, I was chatting with the goalkeeper coach of Modbury before the game, Riley, and Riley was saying that they've got two really young keepers. The backup keeper's quite young as well, but both fantastic keepers with a really bright future. So he's very happy to be working with them.
And that's Lockie Fusco, their backup goalkeeper. Of course, Paul Riley, former Modbury goalkeeper as well, I think, as well as a bit of time at Para Hills.
A bit of time at Blue Eagles as well, but really nice lad. And he wanted to stay involved, so he was quite happy to go to Modbury and help them out at the back end of last year, and now he's jumped into the coaching role. But yeah, he's really happy with the way the two young keepers have progressed, and really happy with the future that they've got.
McCabe, now O'Doherty. Foul there from Balumba. So his second foul for him. I think for Vipers, with the control that Modbury now have on this game, is it a case of trying to get to half-time and regroup?
Yeah, definitely, with 5 minutes to go. Just keep them out, regroup at half-time. Ibrahim can then assess his game plan for the second half and then look to implement it.
Free kick here for Modbury. Lofted in, it's a good ball. Markov gets up there, it's bouncing around, and it was Mullen this time who had a chance to join Doyle in the goal scorers list. Wasn't too far away.
Another dangerous ball in there as well. Great ball into a very dangerous position.
Shaxi, O'Doherty. The Vipers throw here for Papa Petros. Garcia. Markov. Now Mugford. Attempted the skill there. He's won it back. Did Talbot, or Talbot. Bring making a nuisance of himself up against Mugford. Garcia. Nice ball from him. Da Centrone. Balumba. He'll switch the play back to Mugford. Francesca, good tracking back from him. Now here come Modbury in the transition. Hamish McCabe pushing forward, and they've got numbers here. Hamish McCabe, and it's Liam McCabe on the outside, and just look to tee it up for one of Wagner or maybe Conan in there. And now it's Vipers who come forward.
Did you just see the work rate there from Modbury? The transition was super fast. They went away, but the first player back to make the challenge as soon as the ball was turned over there was McCabe, who just made the lung busting run into goal, and he's just done it back, another 50-yard run there to win that ball back. Just shows you the design Modbury have got in this game. And Vipers are struggling with that in the middle of the park. They're getting overloaded in the middle, and you look at Shaxi and Francesca just sitting in there. They're winning all the balls, and they're winning this battle against the three players in Vipers midfield, which is effectively Modbury playing almost a two holding, and they're outplaying the Vipers midfield three.
It's almost a front four, sort of rotating all the time between Conan, the McCabe twins, and Wagner.
When you've got players like Shaxi and Francesca, you're able to do that because you know that they're going to be in position, they're going to be able to cut everything out. So you can allow your front four to then have free rein to just play.
Here's McCabe, now Francesca. Just a little give and go between those two. Now Francesca. The 1-2. Francesca over to Matt Mullen. It'll be 1 minute of added time. Now here's Garcia, putting his foot through it. Francesca. Now O'Doherty. Doyle. Mentioned earlier on that he has had a knack for goals. We've seen it tonight. A couple of goals in the league as well this season. Doyle, O'Doherty. Francesca. Can he find the switch? Francesca looking for Detroit. It's a nice idea, but didn't quite come off. Now Vipers with the opportunity to counter, but Modbury are so adept in getting players back quickly. It's just the work rate, isn't it?
It is the work rate, and that was Shaxi. He just drifted across into the right into that space that was just vacated. So that's the joys of having those two players in the middle there. It allows all the other players to go forward, and you've got, if you know you can rely on your two central midfielders there just to cover, then you're not going to have too many issues. And Shaxi just basically drifted across, won the ball.
See, Garcia's just getting a warning there from the referee. The player down for the free kick. He just tried to sort of give it back, but have a little kick out and sort of into him. I think that's what the warning was from. Again, on a yellow card, does need to be careful with that kind of thing.
He certainly does. Doesn't want to let the side down by getting a silly second bookable and getting sent off, especially at this stage of the game.
Mullen. Here's McCabe. Now Detroit. Detroit looks to go inside. Modbury, and it's just bouncing around in there. Now Kundalora again forward. Is there going to be time for a last chance here? And the referee puts the whistle to her lips, and that brings to a close what has been a very entertaining half of football between these two sides. There were 3 goals inside just 8 minutes, and the score at halftime in this Australia Cup qualifying final, Modbury Jets 3, Vipers 1. Vipers with a lot to do in this second half.
Yeah, they certainly do. But like I said, at 35-40 minutes, they need to get into half-time without losing any more goals. And they managed to do that. They can now regroup and try and implement a game plan for the second half.
So yeah, two sets of teams, both very together in the way they come off. And Modbury boys getting a big shout as the Vipers are as they come in. And we're going to cross down now to our man on the sideline, Johnny Kecko. He's with Lucas Candeloro.
I'm with Lucas Candeloro here, mate. You're the goal scorer for Vipers FC. You're 3-1 down, but how are the boys going on the pitch at the moment?
Yeah, it's not too bad. Obviously, Modbury Jets' attack is unbelievable with McCabe, so just trying to keep the ball. We've struggled to keep the ball, so if we can keep the ball for a bit, create a couple more chances, I think we'll be all right.
Despite being 3-1 down, you have big support behind you. How are you loving this support behind you? They're very loud at the moment.
Yeah, it's good. The Vipers crowd always comes out most weeks. Yeah, big community, so it's good to have a bit of backing. Helps us, get up a bit. So yeah.
I better let you go back to the team so you can go and get ready for the second.
Cheers, thank you.
That was the goal scorer for Vipers FC, Lucas Candelaro, right there for you boys. And as you mentioned, the crowd has been unbelievable in this first half for them, and hopefully they can see a bit more action for them in the second half. Back to you, boys.
Thanks for that, Johnny. Take a quick look now at the goals, and it was just 7 seconds before Cooper Wegner put Modbury in front. Couldn't have asked for a better start.
Or a better finish.
Exactly, a lovely little dink over the top. Hamish McCabe with the assist there. He's got a goal and 2 assists, hasn't he? Hamish McCabe, definitely the man to watch. And I think a bit of shock from the Modbury players there that they were in front that quickly. See the last from a few of them, but lead didn't last too long initially. The ball across, and Candeloro, we mentioned how dangerous he's been in this competition so far. Just finding the opportunity. Lovely bit of work on that far side. And just with the outside of his foot beating the goalkeeper.
Yeah, getting across his defender really well, and just enough on it to push it past the keeper. But all the work came from that winger out of Tolba there to win the ball and put the ball across.
Didn't have to wait too long for the next one either. Brotherly love, the connection between Hamish and Liam McCabe coming up trumps again. Lovely give and go. And then that left-footed finish past the goalkeeper.
Yeah, great finish, great build-up play from Modbury there. And as you said, the link-up play between the two brothers is second to none, really. And he's just left foot, bottom corner. Keeper's got no chance.
Hamish McCabe then turned provider. So we see the shot count there. Just one shot for Vipers. Doyle rising highest of this shot, though.
Yeah, you can't leave a player like Doyle free in the box, and that's what they've done. Free header. He's headed it down. No keeper's saving that. But look how much time and space he had. At 6 yards out, you can't allow that at any level. And especially with a team like Modbury in their form at the moment, they're going to punish you.
Doyle singing the tunes, and they're hitting all the right notes in this first half. We'll take a quick look at the match stats as well. 13 shots, 4 on target. It did end up being, it was end-to-end to start with, but it was all one-way traffic as the half wore on.
It was certainly the first 12 minutes or so was end-to-end, and it was exciting. But once Modbury settled into their rhythm, they really just held Vipers in their own half, and Vipers really struggled to get out of their own half, get forward. And as you can see there, one shot for Vipers, one shot on target, one goal. So the rate of them scoring compared to shots is fantastic.
Very efficient.
Very efficient, but they'll certainly want to attack more in the second half and actually put the keeper under a little bit more pressure and put the Modbury defence under pressure. And Modbury will just continue the same way they did that first half. I don't see that there won't be much of a change from Modbury. Vipers are the ones that really need to come out and attack. It will leave gaps in the back for Vipers, which the McCabe boys and Wegner will really look to pounce on.
All to play for in the second half. See the score there at halftime. We'll be back after this short break. Scored at halftime here at the State Centre for Football. Vipers 1, Modbury Jets 3.
every jump, every petrol pump, member deal and welcome meal. Every gutsy save, friendly wave, every ray of light and movie night, every helping hand and every taking a stand. Every day, everything we do helps our members to save, enjoy and simply
keep on moving on.
Sure, this beer looks pretty good, but actually, it's what you can't see that makes this beer at Cooper's. Because every drop contains 160 years of passion, determination to keep a family recipe unchanged, and proud, fierce independence. And it's this stuff that will always make it forever original.
every deal, every welcome meal, gutsy save and every friendly wave, every helping hand and every taking a stand. Every day, everything we do helps you to
keep on moving on.
Welcome back here to the State Centre for Football. We're just about ready for the second half between Modbury Jets and Vipers in the Australia Cup qualifying final. Modbury Jets, 2 goals to the good, 3-1 the score. Vipers with it all to do. And Mark Talbot, if you're Majid Ibrahim, the Vipers coach at half-time, what do you think the message would have been?
I think try and raise the intensity, close that midfield and try and win the midfield battle, because that's where they seem to be losing it in that first half. Yeah, just to raise that intensity, get the ball down and play, and try and win that midfield battle.
And here's Wagner. Scored, of course, the opener just 7 seconds in. He's looking to make a fast start here in the second half, and it was a good save by the Vipers goalkeeper, Jose Latiga. And once again, it's Modbury putting the pressure on.
Yeah, and Modbury after another fast start, which we expected. Oh,
and Wagner's found the ball again here, loose pass. And this time, now Hamish McCabe, of course, a goal and 2 assists in the first half. And they'll move it back to O'Doherty. Give it a little give and go. Now Vipers can break. It's Balumba. Balumba will look for Tolba. Tolba and Detroit are in a tussle. And Detroit wins the free kick, much to the frustration of the Vipers fans.
Yeah, he's just trying to beat Detroit there, just couldn't quite get around him. Here's the replay of Wagner getting through.
Great save with his feet.
It looked like he just got it, looked like Wagner was just run out of legs. Couldn't get enough power behind it. And just rather tame shot in the end, but still a good save there from the keeper.
Now Liam McCabe, Francesca. O'Doherty. O'Doherty moving down this left-hand side. Forced to retreat. Now Mullen. Across to Detroit. Be a Modbury throw. And for Morris Natali's side, it's just a case of more of the same in the second half.
It is, yeah. They don't need to change anything. They don't need to put Vipers under any great pressure or anything like that. Vipers are the ones that have to come out and play the second half.
Well, both sides are pretty free-flowing, which we saw in the first half. And we've seen all season in State League 1 and State League 2. So would not be surprised if there's a few more goals in this second half. It's just a matter of who, really. Hopefully I haven't put the mockers on that.
Commentator curse.
Long now to Georgakopoulos. Doyle over the top. Of course, Doyle, if you're just joining us, with one of the goals. Wagner getting Modbury started just 7 seconds in. And a quick reply from Vipers through Kendall Lauder. And Hamish McCabe with the other one from Modbury. Be a Modbury throw on that far side. There's a great venue, this new State Centre for Football, isn't it? And it's definitely getting some of its best use in terms of the noise we've heard in this in the first half and in the opening stages of the second half, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. It is a great facility. And yeah, Vipers have certainly brought their A game in regards to their supporter base.
Most the grandstand just on our side here is full. A lot of people standing. That's a good tackle by Matt Mullen. Here's Balumba. Nice little back heel to Mugford. Garcia chasing down McCabe. We mentioned Garcia, of course, on a yellow card. Papa Petros. It'll be a Vipers throw in. Looks like off the ball, Tolba's just got to touch a cramp. He was just reaching down. touching his calf. He is on his feet, but looks like he is struggling a little bit. Keep you updated with that one. Here's Georgakopoulos.
And Vipers just struggling to make the ball stick, keep the ball in the more advanced areas. Modbury's pressure is just forcing them into mistakes.
Here's Tolba. Garcia. Definitely a lot of South American flavour at this within Vipers. Got Jose Latiga in goal, from the Chilean. Garcia also from South America. Marcelo Caruska is the technical director. Here's Garcia. Darsim Shaxi. Oh, that's late. Tackle from Mugford. Heard the yelp from Darsim Shaxi. No yellow.
No yellow needed. Bit late, but just a shin on shin. No complaints there from Mugford. As soon as that happened, he's yep, I'll take that one and walk off.
Was a pretty physical first half. Mullen. Now Detroit. And inside, and Garcia just putting his foot through that one. And it will is just about going out for a corner. No, definitely a very different pace to this game than the other Cup qualifying final we saw last night, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. This game's a lot faster, a lot more, a lot of intensity behind it. Whereas last night's game, it sort of died out after the first goal, really.
There's the corner, 6 corners to Modbury, none for Vipers. It's a good one here. Keeper coming out, and in the end, Vipers managing to get it away. Only as far as Francesca. Now Hamish McCabe inside, looking for Wegner, who just was trying to feed it back to McCabe. They do love that little give and go. We saw Hamish and Liam McCabe do it to very good effect for the second goal, but Wegner as well. It's a lot of nice combinations in the final third.
Yeah, they look for those little 1-2s. It paid off in the first half, and they'll continue it. Why would you change it? They're the things that draw the defenders out, and they'll keep playing the same way.
And as they should, because Harry Conant's away here and was just looking to nutmeg, I think, Markov. Balamba. Dustin Shaxi puts his foot through it. It'll be a Vipers throw.
Vipers have changed their formation this second half. They've now gone to a 3 at the back, which has pushed Mugford further into the midfield to try and help win the midfield battle.
And Darsim Shaxi just returning the favour on Mugford for that one a moment ago.
Just having a look here on the replay.
Yeah,
it's a free kick.
It's a definite free kick.
Yeah, but no card obviously from the ref there, and don't think there was one needed either. He actually won the ball first, and then clipped Mugford. But yeah, Vipers have gone to a 3 at the back, which means they've probably pushed four into the midfield to try and match up, or at least match up with Modbury and try and take the control of the midfield, which is where they lost a lot of ground in that first half.
Here's Georgakopoulos. Now Papa Petros. Garcia. Free kick for Vipers. Papa Petros on it. Skipper. Georgakopoulos. Now Garcia. Trying to retrieve it. Another free kick given away by Garcia. See free kick count there. Modbury conceded 8 free kicks. Quite a few conceded by Vipers as well.
Yeah, Garcia's just trying to move the game along a little bit quicker there. Put the pressure on. Draws the gives away the foul, but he's just trying to up the pace a little bit, which is what Vipers probably need to do to try and get back into this game. But yeah, they've gone to what looks like a 3 with 2 holders. So 2 holding midfielders to try and nullify the McCabe issue that they've got at the present moment.
Yeah, Modbury, when they go forward, the attackers tend, you see the free kick count there, 10-8. A lot of action for the referee, and she's done a good job so far. But Modbury, going forward, they tend to be pretty compact. There's not too much width from the attackers. It more comes from these fullbacks who push on. As Detroit looks to now. Now Mullen, Francesca. Here's McCabe. And a chance here, it's Conant. Conant with the opportunity, but good defending.
Another last-ditch block there. I think that was Johnny Moore that's got in the way of that one.
Yeah, Moore and Markov, the double M's at the back, have had to do a lot of that. So Markov with a few heroic ones in the first half. George Kopoulos in a tangle with Mullen, and Mullen just pulled him back, and that will be a yellow card, professional foul by Matt Mullen. And quick free kick, here's Garcia. Talbot, ball across, here's a chance for Vipers, what a save by Luongo! He hasn't had too much to do in this one, but low down to his left, a very important stop.
Yeah, great play there. The referee's allowed the quick free kick as we look on the replay here. Garcia's managed to get it wide, cut back from Tolba, and good shot. He's done everything right. He's kept it low. Great keeping there. He's down low to his left. He would have had Doyle in the way as well, so he would have seen it relatively late. But great positioning, great movement across the goal.
Francesca,
good strong hand,
who's down, just got a knock after that shot from Centrone. Still down, let's hope he's okay.
Just shows what happens when Vipers can raise that tempo. They'll create chances. So if they can keep playing like that, keep raising that tempo, they can keep putting Metro under a bit more pressure.
Vipers haven't had too many opportunities. Only had one shot at half time. Came very close with their second. Longo does look like Francesca's going to be okay. Still moving a little bit gingerly. About the time, just before the hour mark, that both these coaches will be looking to go to their bench, as Morris Natali's just waving to his trainer, saying, is he going to be able to come back on? Might go down to Johnny Keko, our boundary rider tonight. What's Morris saying down there? Don't quite have Johnny yet. We'll cross through him when we can. It's Vipers in possession. Francesca is still making his way around the park. So Modbury down to 10 for now.
He's looking to get back on. Just waiting for the ref to give him the okay.
And I think Morris Natali wasn't very happy with his player or his physio either, that he wasn't sure if he was going to come back on. Now he does make his way back onto the pitch. Modbury back up to their full complement. McCabe, lovely attempt at the skill, but just puts it out of play. Vipers in possession now. Markov. Here's Latiga. He's been forced into action a few times. A lot of shots for Modbury. Has been a bit more even in this second half. Tolba looking to beat Mullen. Mullen's got to be careful. Tolba's done very well. It's a lovely bit of skill. In the end, just ran out of wiggle room. Nice bit of play by Tolba.
Very nice play. Mullen's going to be very careful as well now. It's being on a yellow.
So another late tackle there.
Another yellow card coming out now.
Yep, this one for, I think, Tolba. Use that one. And we've got Johnny Kecko now. We couldn't for a second, but we'll cross back down to him. What are you hearing down there, Johnny?
Sorry about that earlier, boys, but I'm glad to be back with you. But yeah, so just earlier, Francesco did get a little bit of a clash. Morris was a bit vocal about it, but I'm not sure if it's related to that now. But they just had it. I'll go back to you, boys, for a quick.
Here's Conant, and moves it back to McCabe. Just couldn't quite move it across. Now Vipers coming away on the counter. It's Ken Delordo. That's who O'Doherty. We'll go back down now to you, Johnny.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if it's related to the Francesca clash there earlier, but they have just gone to their bench and have told them to start warming up. So I think we may see a substitution from Modbury very, very soon. So just keep an eye out for that. Once I get more, I'll cross back to you.
Thanks for that, Johnny. What do you think the obvious change is, Mark?
Not sure, actually. I mean, the only thing I could think of is maybe Francesco, just if he's carrying a bit of a knock now, just to give him a rest. But there's no clear changes. Obviously, Modbury are playing well, so there's no major change. Unless the other option is Mullen being on a yellow. You don't want to risk losing him for the league or the next game. So he might look at taking him out just to protect him for the next game.
Have they got Robbie Lippett, as the obvious centre-back replacement if they were to go down that route. Here's Doyle putting his foot through it. Out of play. Papa Petros. Long throw in. Now Balumba. Tolba. Troya holds him up.
Been a good battle between those two all night.
Yeah, definitely been a physical one. Tolba has come into it more as the game's gone on. Balumba, nice feet. Is Modbury who come away with it. Now Francesca, who's looking okay. Lovely skill from him. He's so composed on the ball, isn't he?
He is. It's a joy to watch. Just composed, puts his foot on it. Turned out of trouble, looks for the options, there's nothing on, but just keeps it, and Modbury can rebuild.
Quite similar to Charlie Devereaux, who we saw last night, just able to dictate play from deep. Here's Harry Conant, and McCabe just letting it run. I think he thought that maybe his brother was coming in behind him. Not quite enough on it. O'Doherty does well to chest that one down. Here's Francesca. Balumba. Francesca, and it will be a free kick. I think set pieces are an avenue for Vipers.
Yeah, if they can get him in the right areas. The problem is they're just getting him a little bit too far out at the moment. They need to get him a little bit closer to that box to put some pressure on Modbury.
Vipers moving forward. Keep it in play. Giannakopoulos is there. Can he fire off a shot? Instead it'll be Balumba who couldn't quite keep it down.
Good build-up play there. They've gone wide. That's what they need to do. Get wide, get that ball in. And Balumba, unfortunately, is just unable to wrap his boot around that effectively. But great play, build-up play and hold-up play by Giannakopoulos there.
And it does look like Modbury will go to their bench shortly. Robbie Lippett receiving his final instructions off of Morris Nasali. Cabe looking for Conant. The keeper's had to come out. He's had to bring it down with his chest. This is dangerous. And there's a free kick, a handball by the goalkeeper about 20 yards outside of his box. And he's running over to the assistant referee. That was risky if Modbury decided to take a quick free kick, and he's going to get a yellow card.
Yeah, that could have been a lot worse for him if Modbury had got there quickly, and didn't see he was just missed it on the replay there, but certainly looked like a handball from one of the players, but unfortunately with the keeper with the gloves, it does stand out. So, but very lucky. Sorry, they're very lucky. Modbury didn't get on that a lot quicker.
Yep, just confirming his Latiga. Did look like it might have even come off Connacht's hand. We'll see a bit better here. Yeah, I think it was Connacht. Yeah. So a bit unlucky for Latiga.
Yeah, even Connacht thought that was wondering why he got called there, so certainly unlucky.
And it's going to be a free kick. Wagner and Hamish McCabe over it. Does sort of suit the left footer, this one. Modbury just going to wait to make that change. It's Wagner. Lifts it to the back post, but just misses everyone.
Yeah, just too high.
Lippett's been waiting down here for best part about 5 or 6 minutes now. Awkward one for Latiga. Just
took the safe option in the end.
Decided, if in doubt, it's better to put it out, as they will make that change, and it will be Mullen to come off, as you mentioned, on that booking. Morris Natali taking no risks.
Yeah, at 3-1 up, and you can bring on a player like Robbie, then like Robbie Lippett, you're going to might as well make the change and keep Mullen safe for the next game.
23 minutes to go here for Vipers to pull off a cup set for the ages. If not, Modbury will be through to their third ever Federation Cup final, and of course, for the first time, off to the round of 32 of the Australia Cup. Balumba to take the throw. Definitely hasn't been as dominant for Modbury in this second half, has it?
No, Vipers have certainly played a lot better this half. Modbury have also slowed down a little bit as well.
Vipers looking to swing that ball across. Here's Balumba at the back post. Who's it back, and Georgakopoulos, I think, trying to get onto. That's a strong tackle by Mugford, and he will go in the book. It's getting quite jam-packed, that little black book.
It certainly is. Kept all the cards in her pocket for most of the first half. Now tackles are starting to fly, and Vipers are trying to obviously force the issue a little bit more now, so they're going to throw themselves around a little bit. So you kind of expect these tackles to come out now, and we'll start to see the game spread it out a little bit more, open up a little bit, especially the Vipers' back line, I think.
I think it has been a case as well of wanting to stop that Modbury transition that punished them so much in the first half, as Georgakopoulos this time committing a foul.
Yeah, I think the rest of the game will be very stop-start now, unfortunately, because like I said, Vipers will need to push, and Modbury will play to that. They will look for those free kicks now. They'll put themselves in positions where they can win those free kicks, just to slow the clock down.
Lippett sends it long. And back into the air. And back into this crowd, which is a pretty healthy one. And with the Federation Cup final in a couple of weeks, let's hope it's an even healthier one. We'll be here again. Here's Liam McCabe. Garcia. It's a Vipers free kick at a Cup final. Will be on the 16th of July, I believe, on the Saturday.
Yeah, standalone fixture for the day, so no league games that week either.
So we get a big crowd out here. And just a tired pass by Tolby. We mentioned earlier on that he was looking a bit tired just a few minutes into the second half.
He certainly worked hard, and it's been a great battle between Tolba and Detroit, so I'm not surprised it's taken him out of it a little bit. He's just a bit moving just a bit gingerly there as well. Looks like he's starting to get a bit of cramp in the left calf. So just have to keep an eye on that and see how he goes.
I think Tolba and Detroit are also in a battle for the world's shortest socks. As we saw, both of them have it down at their ankles, showing off the calves.
Just highlights how small their shin pads are.
Here come Modbury again. And Balumba now. Seen a lot of the ball in the second half. Very tricky customer. That's a good ball. Here's Tolba who gets on it. Going for the nutmeg, but didn't get past Detroit. Here come Modbury on the counter. Troyer will look for Wegner, who was offside. Wegner on that counter did look a little bit tired, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He'd gone a little bit early as well. I mean, you look at his body language now, it looks just that he's done a lot of hard work. It looks like he might be just tiring, and that was a bit of a tired run. He'd gone a little bit early, and Detroit just didn't help with the late release. And that's a tired pass there.
Yep. Of course, a lot of mints in the legs for both these sides. That time of the season where the fixtures are coming thick and fast. Especially for Vipers in the State League 2. Not quite a deeper squad as you might get in an NPL 1, in an NPL or a State League 1 side. Does look like they're about to go to their bench. Doyle now moves to O'Doherty. Gives it away, Balumba, Georgakopoulos. Chance here, Balumba, and that's good defending. It was Darsim Shaxi. He's done very well there, hasn't he?
He's done brilliantly. We just have a quick look on the replay here. Some bit sloppy there from Modbury, and they were quick in transition. And Shaxi and Darcy just great sliding challenge there to alleviate the issue. So, but that's what you expect from him. He's been doing it all night. Him and Francesca have been holding in the midfield there. And Vipers, that's where Vipers have really struggled, is to get past those two.
He's Markov. Now Georgakopoulos. Tolba. Balumba. Tolba's got past his man there. Is this a chance for Vipers? And in the end, Francesca taking the safe option. Mapstone looks like he might be coming on shortly for Modbury. The chance up. It's an awkward one for Luke Luongo. It was just fired forward by Mugford, who pushed on.
Yeah, just having a look at the replay here. He's managed to make some space for himself.
And Vipers have taken the corner quickly. Here's a chance. Vipers getting forward. It's a ball across and off the line. And it was Detroit who saved it.
Vipers claiming for a handball there, and Izzy Bayless just saying no. Came off the chest, clearly off the chest. And we're going to have a quick break here just to make a couple of changes.
Have a look at this. Yep. I think maybe even off the knee. Georgakopoulos is going to come off here for Jack McDonald for Vipers. And that would have really made it difficult for Modbury. About 20 minutes left in this one. As Jesse Francesca was feeling a bit ginger earlier on, he's going to come off for David Mapstone. Vipers, if they're going to send this one through to extra time and push on to the final, they're going to want a goal very soon.
Yeah, they need something soon. Set up that grandstand finish. Give them enough time to score a third.
And against a team that is above them on the pyramid, this has been a very brave effort. Was pretty much all Modbury for most of the first half. But they fought valiantly in the second, and especially, I think, the resilience to not put their heads down after such an early goal conceded. It's a lovely feat from Balumba. Here's Wegner. Mugford getting back. Now Markov. Balumba. He's definitely been the key man, do you reckon, Balumba, for Vipers?
Yeah, the second half he's been a lot more on the ball, getting forward more. But I also think that's had to do with Mugford actually being pushed into the midfield. I think he's just been a bit of a...
That's a great ball. Here's a chance for Modbury. Couldn't quite keep it under control. Still got it though. And here's a chance, and just fired at goal when it was Mapstone just off the bench, looking to put this one beyond all doubt. But good save from Lartiga.
And great distribution too, just quietly.
Yep, that is a big part of the way Vipers play. That South American influence to build from the back.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your attendance tonight here at the State Centre for Football. The final crowd, 879.
Just head over the PA there, 879 in attendance. Very strong crowd between these two.
Yeah, it's fantastic, and I think that's up from last night as well.
Yeah, I think around 600, I'm pretty sure. So it's State League 1 and 2 sides coming out to support their teams. And at the moment, looks like Modbury are going to have another chance here. It's O'Doherty across here. Here it is. And Modbury make it 4. And they may well be off to the Australia Cup. Wegner with the decisive touch. He's got his brace. And Modbury look like they're going to take on the nation.
Yeah, great finish there. And all the work down that left-hand side.
O'Doherty with the ball across.
Yeah.
He did very well pushing forward.
Scored by number 17, Wegner.
Great work from O'Doherty, but just before that was the dummy from the Modbury player. It looked like one of the McCabe boys. Just a dummy to allow the ball to run through, which and O'Doherty at full pace was going to be, unfortunately, was going to beat Papa Petros, who was caught on his heels as he wasn't expecting it to go through. But great finish. Over the course of the game, you'd have to say Modbury have certainly deserved it. But Vipers, hopefully they don't drop their heads and they keep pushing, because they've done a lot better this second half. They've come out and they've really tried a lot harder and raised that intensity level. But we knew that it was going to come down to intensity in that midfield battle. So, and then gaps opening up for Vipers, and Modbury have capitalised on that one.
Going to go back down to Johnny Kecko. Johnny, what do you got for us?
Oh, the bench just then for Modbury were unbelievable. How excited they were after that goal, and the opposite for Vipers. I saw a lot of things get thrown on that bench. Not too happy with that result, but just on another side as well, Mark Tolber as well has been struggling a little bit for the last few minutes, and just been checked up on by the bench to see if he's still doing all right. Because I may see a substitute soon with him, and see how it goes in the next few minutes. And also, I've got to say, the fans for Vipers FC have been amazing behind me as well. I've been offered a couple of chips as well to keep me going for the second half, so I'll try and get a couple for you boys as well soon, all right?
Yeah, see how your throw is. Maybe you can throw them through the gap up to the commentary box.
I'll try my best.
Thanks for that, Johnny. And Lippert will move it back to his goalkeeper, Luongo. And it does look like Modbury are going to pull off a shock and be the first ever team from outside the NPL to compete for South Australia in the Australia Cup.
And on tonight's performance, thoroughly deserved as well. They've been the better side.
And here is that change. Off comes Kundaloro, the goal scorer. He'll come off for Gurgis Ibrahim. And Balumba, who's been so good tonight, is going to come off. He'll make way for Colangelo. Gurgis Ibrahim, no relation to the coach, Majid Ibrahim. And Vipers, they're going to need something incredible to come back here. But regardless, can be very proud of their efforts. Long lofted ball in by Garcia. And like we mentioned, a bit of time to go for maybe a comeback. About 10.5 minutes to go. But if you're Modbury, who would you be hoping to face in the Australia Cup proper?
Oh, they'd be hoping for an A-League side. I mean, that's it. That's the whole aim to get to that round of 32 is to get an A-League side. Hopefully at home as well to draw in the crowd and really give yourself a chance against an A-League side.
Little no-look pass by McCabe, but Wegner was offside. The draw for that will be next week. And from last year, as we'll just break off for this chance here. Centrone moving forward, and once again, good defending by Doyle. But I think it is the same system as last year when NPL or lower side faces an A-League team. It is on their home turf. So if they are to play an A-League team, it will be in South Australia, whether that's at their home ground or maybe Hill. That remains to be seen as Vipers whip it in and punched away. Here's Garcia. Switches the ball across. Another change incoming for Modbury Jets. I think it's a Wall that's about to come on. Attempt at the dink there from Markov.
Interesting to see which player they take off. It's being 4-1 up. They're going to try and save legs of one of their more key players, as a McCabe or a Wegner, to just to rest them, considering they've all got league games this coming weekend.
Is Darcy Shaksi, who's now taking the armband with Francesca off the pitch. Mugford. Now Centrone. Opportunity here, and just flashing past that post was McDonald, the substitute. Tested Luongo.
Double substitution for the Modbury Jets. Coming off number 27, Michael Doyle. He'll be replaced
Doyle off.
Stefan Mateo.
For, I think Wall will slot into defence, being a defender. With Mateo also coming off. Coming on, rather. And very strong performance from Doyle, wasn't it? Is McCabe coming off?
Yeah, it was, and you can see the reasoning behind it. The players that he's taken off, the players that are on a little bit, on in their career a little bit, probably just looking at going, okay, well, how can I save their legs? We've got the league game coming up. So he's certainly looked at that.
Of course, with the exception of Hamish McCabe, still only 22, I think, which is pretty incredible considering how good he's been and how important he is to this Modbury Jets side, which looks like it will be playing in a Federation Cup final for the first time in 18 years. That one ended in heartbreak to Metro Stars. They were in the first division then. I think finished 10th that year. But it's been 33 years, testing my math there, since that win over Para Hills in 1989. Mentioned earlier on in their song, it says they hate Adelaide City and Para, of course. They beat one of them in a cup final. Looking to conquer.
The other one last week in the league. Oh, they lost.
Lost in the league this occasion. No chance to sing the song then.
No, hasn't happened so often lately.
Yeah, but just their second loss of the season, I believe.
Yep.
Is Wall. Moving forward, looking for Wegner, of course, on a hat-trick.
We had the chance to see a hat-trick last night in the LA City game. We had two players. We had Irabona.
Yep, two players and didn't quite get their hat-trick.
Didn't quite get there, and we thought we might see one.
Thought we might see with that penalty that's gone around a bit today. If you missed it, teed off from a penalty kick from Bucco to Kerr.
If you haven't seen it, check it out.
Yeah, I think it's on Football SA Twitter and on the Australia Cup Twitter as well. As Vipers are going to make another change. It's back at Cetus coming on. And it'll be Markov to come off, change at centre of defence. Maybe a case of just trying to get as many players involved on the big occasion as well. Probably the biggest game in club history for Vipers. They were hoping there'd be another even bigger game at the end of the tunnel. Doesn't look like that will be the case. But back at Cetus, a Vipers man through and through, been at the club for a while. Throw in here. O'Doherty to chip it through to Wegner. And here's an opportunity they just couldn't quite slip it through.
And the Modbury players were lining up for the ball through then.
I think everyone wants a goal now. And just with a tackle on Tolbert. Well, here's Detroyer. Uses his body well and gets the free kick. Who has been your man of the match tonight, Mark?
Well, I mean, you can't probably go past McCabe. What's he scored? 1 goal, 2 assists.
Which one?
Yeah, good point. No, Hamish McCabe, I think it's 1 goal, 2 assists. Instrumental going forward for Modbury. But in saying that, I think Francesca and Darcy Shaxi have been excellent in the middle of the park and really basically won the midfield battle, which has probably won them the game overall, because Vipers just could not handle the way Modbury played in that first half through the midfield. So, but like I said, a goal and 2 assists. It's hard to not want to give it to him.
He's been instrumental, hasn't he?
He has.
Could have had a couple more assists as well. Centrone, and that one will run forward for a goal kick. Of course, Vipers still lots to play for in their season. 3 points behind Cobras, who are top of State League 2. Salisbury close in behind them on 26 points, 2 points behind. Vipers on 28. Strikers down in 4th on 25 points. Cove on 23 points. Then Seaford down in 6th on 21 points. For Modbury, they're 4 points clear atop of State League 1. Vipers 5 games without a loss. Looking to continue and get back up to State League 1 as they were in 2020.
They were almost there last year, losing the grand final to Adelaide Uni.
Yep, on a penalty shootout as well. Conant, can Modbury make it 5 here? Ball across and just too far back. Liam McCabe and Conant and just over the bar. Modbury looking to notch their 5th like Adelaide City did last night.
Yeah, he never looked confident of scoring that. When the ball got laid back to him, I think he got caught in whether he wanted to side-foot it or hit it. He went with the side foot and just leant way back and skied it over. But he just didn't look confident when that ball got laid back to him then.
Here's Papa Petros. Switches it across to Garcia. And Mapstone just strong in the tackle there. Advantage played. Now it's Mugford moving it wide. Here's a chance for Vipers. And just too far back. And Mapstone, risky ball across. Touch of luck there, and Modbury come away with it.
Yeah, I think just because that was Tolbert that was near, I think he's just absolutely spent. He's run a lot of distance tonight, and I just think if it was a fresher player, they might have had an opportunity there. But I think he's just done for the night, and he'll keep running. But someone a bit sharper might have got there on that one.
You see Mugford feeling the effects as well, going down after giving the ball off. And long ball forward here. Wegner's given something to chase. Couldn't bring it under control. Going to injury time. Matt Stone. Conant in a lot of space. Might have a dig at goal if he can. Looking to dribble his way through. You see the Vipers play. You see Garcia off the ball there. Down now too. These players have spent, they've put everything into it tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, there will be 4 minutes of time added on. 4 minutes.
Yeah, they've certainly, both teams have given their all. The start would have really taken a lot out of them. It was such a fast start by both teams.
That's lovely from Centrone, and he's looked to, I think he was looking to put that one across, but couldn't quite get the purchase on it. Be 4 minutes added time here. Ball across, and Mateo just couldn't quite get his foot on it. Just flashed across the goal. And game really opening up here for Modbury. Here's Talbot. Straight into the breadbasket of Lippert. Centrone. Actually opening up both ways. Both sides know this game is pretty much done.
Yeah, he's just wrong decision there. Could have gone the other way, I think, and would have opened up a little bit. But I think overall, Modbury certainly deserves the victory. But Vipers really come out this second half and showed some mettle, and the refs in a bit of trouble here.
The referees are obviously down here. Not actually sure what's happened. Let's hope she's okay. Isabella and both physios will come on to check on her. Just needs a little bit of refreshment. Had a good performance, hasn't she, tonight?
She has, yeah, she performed really well. Kept the cards in her pocket until really needed, and kept the game flowing. It's only been in the second half a little bit where it's got a bit stop-start, but that's purely because of the way the game is played by the two teams. Obviously, Modbury knowing that they just needed to slow the game down. Vipers know they needed to speed it up, so it led to a few stop-starts. But overall, I think she's had a great performance.
It has been a pretty physical contest. Got all the big ones right.
Some very strong tackles from both sides, and she's just allowed the game to flow as much as possible. So it's been a good night.
Here's Wall. Good ball through here. Detroit, can they get that 5th goal here? Looks for the ball over the top. O'Doherty's round the back. Will he tee up Mateo? Good defending by Vipers. Just keeping that scoreline within touch.
Yeah, Modbury lining up to finish that there, and just couldn't get the shot away.
I think a 4-goal deficit would probably be a little bit harsh on Vipers, considering the way the game's gone, particularly in the second half.
Yeah, definitely. I think Vipers certainly come out this second half a lot better. With the change of formation, it really helped them come back into the game. They went to 3 at the back, and they pushed Mogford into the midfield, just to help with the battle there, because Modbury clearly on top in the midfield.
Here's Wegner. Can he get his hat-trick? Just stinging the palms of Latiga for one last time. And he has been fantastic, Wegner, with the goal just 7 seconds into this contest. Started from there and have just kept going at that pace all throughout. And the boys from the Modbury are going to the Australia Cup. The top of the North will be representing South Australia on the national stage, and they're through to a Federation Cup final.
Yeah, great night for Modbury. Great night for Vipers to be at this stage, but just the class of Modbury showing through there.
Still, even though Vipers came back into it a bit in the second half, Jets, the deserved winners. And terrific performance from Modbury. 4-1 win. Hamish McCabe run out of superlatives to describe his performance. 1 goal and 2 assists, and in the end, it's resulted in a rather dominant win.
Yeah, it has. And it comes back to that midfield battle again. I think that's what cost Vipers in the first half. Shaxi Darcy and Francesca just controlled the midfield in that first half, and Vipers couldn't cope. They couldn't handle with those two sitting, and then the front four of Modbury just relentless in that first half. They made the changes in the second half. They were more into the game. They were able to actually get a few shots on, but by then the damage was already done.
Modbury Jets on fire in the league, and they're certainly on fire in the cup. We're going to go down now to Johnny Kecker.
I'm down here with Hamish McCabe, mate. Congratulations, you're through to the round of 32, the first state league team from South Australia to do so. How are you feeling?
Oh, it's a massive achievement for the club. You know, getting to a final now as well, and in South Australia, now getting on the national stage. So it's a massive achievement for Modbury Jets, and where you put that out to our fans. Yeah.
They were great tonight. They were very loud. Not as loud as Vipers were tonight. It was a little bit intimidating having Vipers that loud tonight.
Look, good on them. Good on them for getting a good crowd down here. But we just were, stick to our game plan, get the job done, and we move on to this Saturday's game in the league, and in that next cup draw. We look forward to it.
And now you got Adelaide City in the grand final of the Federation Cup here in South Australia. July 16 is the date. How excited are you boys to try and to win that? It's been a while since you guys have won a Federation Cup.
Yeah, no, we're ready to go. We'll reset, we'll get a game plan, and we'll try and execute it. And I believe in the boys, and I reckon we can get it done.
Round of 32. Who do you want to compete against? An A-League team or another state league team across Australia?
To be honest, I don't mind. Chuck us. We want to compete with the best. So chuck us whoever. Good for anyone.
Modbury Jets might take on Newcastle Jets. Hope
that'll be good.
Congratulations, mate. Go and celebrate with the boys, and another great performance from you guys here tonight.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
No worries, that was Hamish McCabe. You can see how much it means to him. I'm going to try and catch up with the coach from, unfortunately, the losing side tonight, Vipers FC. And I'll get to him any second now. And I'm here with Majed Ibrahim. Unfortunately, it's not the result you guys wanted tonight, but congratulations for getting this far in the competition.
Yeah, thank you. We're obviously disappointed with tonight, but Modbury was clearly the better team. So, we move on now and we focus on the league.
What do you make of the performance of the boys in the first 7 minutes? We had 3 goals. What do you make of the boys' performance to try and get back in there?
Yeah, unfortunately, we just started so poorly. I mean, they scored from the kickoff, and that puts you on the back foot. We were able to get back in it, and then again conceded from a set piece, the 3rd goal. So that hurts a bit more because we could have stayed in the contest for a lot longer, and perhaps it could have been different. But yeah.
You did lose tonight, unfortunately 4-1. It's not the result you wanted, but you made it all the way through to the semi-finals. How proud of you are the boys to make it this far?
Yeah, look, I'm extremely proud of our group. I think it's full credit to everyone at the club who works so hard and all the players. So we are happy with the semi-final. Obviously tonight it's just a bit hard to take, but we're proud of the overall performance.
And how proud are you of the crowd here tonight? They're still hanging around, even though you guys didn't get the result they wanted. But they were very loud throughout the game. How great was it to have that support behind you?
Yeah, it's fantastic. The club is amazing, and everyone feels like they're part of it. And our crowd is, we can't thank them enough. We wish we could have put on a better performance.
Well, thank you for joining me, mate, and condolences again on the loss. But congratulations on getting this far in the competition.
Thank you.
That was the coach of Vipers FC, and we'll try and catch up with the coach of Modbury Jets as well. Let's chat up with Morris Natali, mate. Congratulations, you're through to the round of 32. How are you feeling?
Fantastic. That's what we set ourselves to do, so we're very, very happy with it.
You did say earlier in the week on the news that you wanted a Stephen Bradbury moment. Do you reckon you can do it in the final?
Who knows? We play to win. Whether we're good enough on the night, we'll see.
How proud of you of the boys here tonight? Put in performance, first 7 seconds to score a goal. How great was that?
Oh, look, that's a great start, but I'm proud of them every week. They're just a great bunch of boys, very young squad. They really deserve this. They work their socks off.
And they've knocked off some good teams in the local leagues here to get this far in the competition. You've got Adelaide City awaiting you now. How important is it to try and knock them out of the competition as well and take the glory?
Oh, we're going to win. I mean, whether we're good enough on the night, we'll see. But yeah, we're definitely going there to win. We're not making numbers. So
We haven't had too many cup sets, so we better let you go now. Congratulations, mate. Enjoy the picture. We'll let him go. I didn't get to ask him another question, but I'll let it go back to you boys. And what a great night it has been here tonight. And what a performance. Round of 32, we've got a State League 1 team competing for South Australia. Back to you, boys.
Thanks for that, Johnny. It's great to hear the attitude that don't care, chuck us anyone. And so take a quick look at the stats from tonight's contest. Modbury were definitely the better side. See, 19 shots, 8 on target, just 2 shots on target from Modbury. It was an end-to-end start, but as the game wore on, Modbury's confidence and sort of difference in skill showed.
Yeah, definitely. Their dominance was clear after the third goal. They just settled in a lot easier, kept their game plan. It did help scoring after 7 seconds, but to get that confidence flowing. But Modbury clearly the better side on the night.
And see, there are a lot of free kicks between the two. Might take a quick look at the goals from this one. And the majority of them came in the first half. This one just 7 seconds in. Cooper Wegner opening the scoring. Couldn't have asked for a better start. A lovely chip.
Yeah, great finish, great build-up. They've just gone straight through the middle. A couple of one-touch passes and just sliced through the Vipers' defence.
And then quick reply. It was Candeloro who finished in just one of their 2 shots on target throughout the match. Just a couple minutes later.
Yeah, all the build-up play there from Tolba's great work. That was a great battle between Tolba and Detroit all night, and that time he got the better of him. Great ball in, and a nice little finish there past the Modbury keeper.
And then it was the McCabe brothers combining. Hamish, beautiful finish across the face of goal.
Yeah, that's what you want when you've got your 2 players like that. The link-up play at the top of the box. They did it most of the night, and just a good finish. Keeper, unfortunately, no chance there for him.
And next time he turned provider. It was a corner. Really a free one for Doyle, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's not going to get any easier headers than that. And he made no mistake. And again, it cost the Vipers just poor defending there, really. 6-yard box, free header. You can't allow anyone to do that.
And that was that for the first half. But in the second half, as he sung the tunes for Modbury, then it was O'Doherty powering forward and Wegner scoring his second, ending their run to the Australia Cup just the way they started. He got a brace in their win over Seaford in the round of 64, and he came up trumps again.
Yeah, another good finish, good build-up play down that left-hand side. Great ball across, and it's a simple tap-in. He's got across the defender. Keeper, unfortunately, again, no chance there for him whatsoever.
And Mark, it will be Modbury Jets versus Adelaide City. We'll be here for that cup final in a couple of weeks' time. Look forward to joining you again then.
I'm looking forward to that game. It should be an exciting game. As we've seen, Modbury are coming to win. And we all know the form Adelaide City have been in. They're impeccable at the moment. Modbury not far behind them in their league, only 2 losses. And if they bring their A game, they're going to give Adelaide City a really good run for their money.
For that, we'll have the draw next week. Modbury in the hat for the Australia Cup round of 32. Thanks for joining us tonight. Another brilliant night of football. Modbury Jets winning 4-1 against Vipers. And on behalf of myself, Mark, and all the team here at Football South Australia, have a good night.
every jump, every petrol pump, member deal and welcome meal. Every gutsy save, friendly wave, every ray of light and movie night, every helping hand and every taking a stand. Every day, everything we do helps our members to save, enjoy and simply
Keep on moving on.
Sure, this beer looks pretty good, but actually, it's what you can't see that makes this beer at Cooper's. Because every drop contains 160 years of passion, determination to keep a family recipe unchanged, and proud, fierce independence. And it's this stuff that will always make it forever original.
every deal, every welcome meal, gutsy save and every friendly wave, every helping hand and every taking a stand. Every day, everything we do helps you to